Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. The Lions continue to move through the season and want to find a way to secure win number 3 on the year. It's the Bears going up against the Lions.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On first, they go right back to Howard. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
On second down, Trubisky. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
And the play clock's running down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Opening drive fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Picked off around the 41. Breaking the tackle, Gick. And look out, I think he's going to go. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And his kick is right through. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. 1st and 10. Watson. Going to throw right side here. Complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up the 1st down.
And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And here we go on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. To throw is Watson. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. pressure. He's brought down. Kerry Hyder in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Give him 30 yards there.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
And a give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15 he goes. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And that's going to be incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Watson just beating the play clock. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Well, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
They go play action here on first down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
This is Howard on second down. 14 yards there on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. On first down, they run with Howard. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On second down, here's Trubisky. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Come on, let's go. What? Flex round. Flex round. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room inside the 40. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Watson trying to get his guys moving. They'll try the air now with Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. 1, 9, 1.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
From the red zone now, Watson flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Watson now on 2nd down, being chased out left. Toward the pylon, caught. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Around the NFL, they're into the 2nd quarter in the Meadowlands. And the Cowboys now, they've opened things up in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Bowls him over. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward, as he'll be marked down at the 23. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. Oh, trucked him. There he goes left side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here we go. White, 90.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. He's gonna air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Let's go. Green 19.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Set. 319. 319.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to find Ardarius Stewart, and it's 3rd and short.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Set. 319. 319.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And hauled in by Gathers. That he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
On first down, Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watson now to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go, Ohio!
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Shift together here from the D-line. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Second down and just 1. Now Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
A give left side to Howard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here comes the Bears punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on second is Watson. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks it. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Trying the right side with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. So they're on the 5-yard line here, 2nd down and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the 50, it's Watson. Flushed out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
117.
Throwing again is Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
Again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here we go. Blue 90.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again, it's Howard. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Green 39.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Out left to Shaheen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll run from the pistol with Howard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.